Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm gonna do a complete beginner's guide for OBS Studio. So if you're just getting started creating YouTube videos on your PC, you want to game or you want to record tutorials, OBS is perfect for that. So today I'm gonna show you how to use OBS. I'm not gonna dive too much and I'm only gonna focus on the basics of OBS, but hopefully you understand what you need to understand the bare bones of OBS Studio. Okay guys, so with all that being said, let's get started.
Remember to subscribe to Streaming Wizard's channel. Ding the notification bell. Press like on all of his videos. Share the video. And follow him on all his social media.
Okay guys, so I'm gonna first show you how to download OBS on your PC. So to download OBS, all you need to do is open any browser on any PC or Mac or Linux and visit obsproject.com. obsproject.com. Then you wanna go to where it says download. Then you wanna select your operating system, whether you're running Windows, Mac or Linux. Then you wanna download the installer and go through the installation. Okay, so we're in OBS now, and you should see the auto configuration wizard come up. So if you're streaming, obviously select optimize for streaming. Recording is secondary. If you're using it for recordings like I am, so then the option optimize for a recording. I will not be streaming. If you're only using it for a virtual camera, well, so then the option I will be only using it for a virtual camera. But as I said, I'm using it for recordings, so I'm gonna select the second option. Then I'm gonna click next, and then use code 1920 by 1080 in the base canvas. You might have a different resolution to that. And then you select your FPS type. If you're doing tutorials and odd bit of gaming, well, 30 FPS should be enough for you. If you're doing really high-end gaming, well, I recommend you switch to 60 FPS. But for most of you, probably only 30. Then next, and then apply settings. Okay, so after being through the setup wizard, we need to adjust those settings. To do this, we go over to the settings, just there, and then click on output, and then we want to change the output mode to advanced, and then we want to click on recording or streaming, depending what you're using. Make sure the recording format is the most common format, which is MP4, and then the type, and make sure it's done this highlighted. So for the encoder, I like to use X264, but you may have a different encoder, and I might rate CBR, and I like a bitrate of 3500. So 3500, again, you might not have the same settings as I do for the bitrate. I like my CPU uses very fast, and they needs to be none, and then I apply then click OK, and my settings are all set up. Okay, so welcome to OBS, guys. So what you'll see in the OBS is scenes. So think of scenes as you have your, for example, music in one scene, or maybe you have a video in another scene. So scenes are like film scenes, think of in that way, and you can add your webcam in the scene, which I'll show you in a minute. Okay, so the next thing you'll get is sources. So sources is basically what's in that scene. So your webcam, your music, your video, they are all sources, folks. Audio mixer, so this is your microphone and that. So right now it's currently on my webcam's mic, but I can customize it, and the desktop's audio. So since when citizens go into that in the native video on my second channel, Streaming Wizard X, because on that channel I'm gonna go in depth the OBS studio on that channel and do a bit experiments with sources and scenes, for example. Okay, so consoles, start streaming if you want a live stream, start recording if you want to record, start virtual camera if you want to go, and if you want to in your OBS into Zoom, Skype, Teams, you can start the virtual camera and bam. Studio mode, basically what studio mode does, it gives you a preview of that scene when you click on it, but there's one season to that scene. You have to press one of these and then next one season. Personally, I don't use studio mode, so gonna turn it off. settings is obviously where we've just been for our settings, and exit is to exit OBS. As you can see, our microphone's already detected, but I know my microphone disabled and add them in separate scenes so now way it doesn't go out to every scene, folks. So I know my mic in specific scenes, but not all scenes, folks. So if I go to settings, then audio, basically disable all your global devices. So desktop, disable, mic, disable. Click apply and OK. Okay, so in this scene, I'm gonna right click it and then rename. And then I'm gonna call this scene camera. And then in that scene, I'm gonna add a source just by pressing the plus icon, clicking on video capture device, click OK, and this will load up my webcam. Boom, there it is. So by default just set like 720p, and the max resolution I go on my webcam is 1080p. So for the resolution FPS type, I'm gonna select custom and then 1920 by 1080p, and then I'm gonna match the output FPS. Video format, I'm gonna select MJPEG. Color space, I'm gonna select 709, and color range from default to full. So that basically is my camera settings. Again, you will have to play with yours to see what situation your webcam settings are in, because you have different settings than me. So if we click configure video, because as you can see, it's just way too right on my face. And this will configure my webcam. Okay, so first of all, gonna go into camera control, and I'm gonna turn focus auto off, swap it down to 0, auto exposure off, leave it at 5, no light off, up 9 nose, video block, and then again I'm gonna turn right down to where I think is a good spot. So I would say about 90. So okay on that. So my webcam so added into OBS and it's looking good, but I'm gonna make it even better. So with that, so if I left click on my video capture device and then go down to filters just there, and then I'm gonna add a color correction, and then with color correction I can mess about with these settings. So gamma is basically to get those deep blacks. So if I turn this down, as you can see, and background's getting darker, but as you can see there, I'll become more highlighted, folks. See that? So the background dark, me highlighted. That's the way I like it, folks. So contrast, I want to turn that up a little, just to get those more crisp next, folks. So about 8 will do. And for the saturation, 2, I think. So I've done all that, the color correction, and as you can see, it looks way better than before. I'll show you. If I go to filters, turn it off, as you can see, really pale, everything's highlighted. But if I turn color correction on, as you can see, dark, me highlighted. That's the way I like it. So the next thing we're gonna do is add a sharpen. And then click OK. Okay, now with the sharpen, don't go too extreme, otherwise it's gonna look kinda fake. So as you can see, far too extreme, folks. So I might sharpen about 15, and I reckon that looks good. Now I do actually add another filter called chroma key, and then that basically removes my green screen. So I'm gonna talk about that in the later video when I get a better green screen, folks. Because I'll be honest, that one there is not gonna lie, pretty awful. But I guess the shop done because. But I'm gonna get an even better one. So once I get that better one, I'll do a video on chroma keying. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is add our microphone manually, folks. So to do this one is adding another scene and then calling this one microphone, and then I click the plus on the sources, and then audio input capture, you can name it, audio, click enter, nice, and then my webcam's mic, and then okay. Okay, so I've now added my microphone and my camera in 2 separate scenes, folks. So as you can see, my microphone's in the red. We don't want that, folks. I like my microphone to be in the yellow, just in the yellow, folks. So perfectly on the yellow, folks. So if I turn that up, that's pretty much perfect. So in the yellow, it's so good. So if I switch back to my camera, the next thing we're gonna add is our scene. So we're gonna build a scene. So we're gonna add these 2 scenes right within that scene, folks. I know it sounds complicated, but trust me, it doesn't. Okay guys, so to build our thing of our screen, our microphone and our camera is if we can the sign on the scenes, not sources, and rename it to main scene. Main scene. Click OK. And then I wanna add a scene into that scene. And that scene's gonna be my camera scene. Click OK. And what's cool about adding scenes within the scene, I know it sounds complicated, but it isn't. But if I hold down Alt, and I can actually select the corners and then crop it. If you don't hold down Alt, it's gonna resize it. So make sure you hold down Alt if you wanna crop it in. So we'll crop that, and maybe crop that. Okay, so now one's cropped. But if I go back into my main camera scene, this is why I absolutely love adding scenes within a scene, folks. So this scene basically is like a camera manager as such. So next time when I restart my PC, as you guys know, your webcam looks not good as this when you last turned it on. So now you have to go through the settings again. So this is basically I'm a camera manager, and same can be said for my microphone, folks. But this is the main scene. So what I'm gonna do now is add another scene in the sources and that microphone scene in the sources. Okay, now the microphone's added in that source. So I basically wanna knock the microphone in just by pressing the padlock, and then I add in the sources a display capture. Click OK. And then I can select my display 1 monitor. Click OK. But where have I gone, folks? Well, still here beneath it or not, but think of OBS like Photoshop. It uses this, right? Guess what sources are this, folks? So if I click on my camera source and then move it up to the top, as you can see me again, and I did that by using these arrow keys here, folks. So move that to the top and then just resize it, and then place it in the corner, and you've basically built your scene, folks. And if I want to, I could add an image in there by clicking the plus image, name it image, and then I'll browse for that image. Let's see if I got any. So I've added an image. I click OK, and I can actually Control F to full screen it, and I can resize it and place it anywhere on screen. say for instance, there, like could be like, hey guys, today we'll be talking about a stream deck. So yeah, that's basically how you build a scene in OBS. Really cool. But I hope you have enjoyed this OBS beginners tutorial and learned some of the basics of OBS. And if you did enjoy it, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also send the videos out, guys. So until our next video, bye.